And hello YouTube, this is GS Mastermind. I'm today with another brand new YouTube video tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to be teaching you how to add textures to your text in Gimp. Now before I start this video, I do want to inform you all that I do have, and I've had this for quite a while, I do have Photoshop. So if any of you want some tutorials on Adobe Photoshop, I can make those, but due to me knowing that a lot of people have Gimp and a larger audience has Gimp since it's free, those are the videos I'm usually making. But if you want some Photoshop videos, I can make those as well. But anyway, let's jump right into the video. Now, if you don't know what textured text is, it's basically this. It's basically text that doesn't have an ordinary color on top. It has some nice effects, and you know, they look really cool. Now, how you do this is, first of all, there's two ways of doing it. You can there's a few textures within Gimp that you can use, or you can find your own texture. For example, if you want to find a shiny texture, then they have some of this, or if you want to find a metallic texture, they have some of that. You can basically type in anything really. Textured text, I guess that doesn't work. Textures, there you go. There's some nice textures that you could use, but basically the idea is to just save one of these textures on your computer so you can use it in here. But I'm going to be showing you two ways of doing this. Anyway, the first thing you want to do is obviously create a new picture here, and then we want to zoom in here a little bit. Now, one thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your text is somewhat big, because the point of a texture is that it's supposed to be big so that you can actually see the texture. And we're going to go ahead and pick a font of, I think 80 is, I know, a little bigger, 100. Actually, we could probably make that bigger even. Let's make 120, 150. Nope, that's too big. There we go. Alright, so there we have our text here. Now we can center it a bit. And now there's two ways of doing this. There are some textures within Gimp already here. And you click the gradient tool here. These are actually gradients, but if you scroll down, some of these are sort of textures. I would still call them gradients, but some of these can be considered textures. If, for example, this right here, let's say we want this texture right here. If you want to use one of the gradients or textures within Gimp, you can do that. And all you gotta do is click your text layer here, right click it, and click alpha to selection, and that'll give it selection around all of your text here. And then you just want to drag this the way you want it, and it'll create a simple texture. You can do this anyway, up and down. You can make it short, you can make it long. Each of these will basically change the way it looks, and you can play around with this and whichever one you like best. So that's if you want to use a texture within Gimp, and these are usually gradients. But now if you have a texture, if you have a texture that you downloaded from the internet, or you created your own texture, because there's a way to create your own textures even, what you can do is you're going to go up to File, you're going to Open as Layers, and Desktop. Here's my texture that I downloaded. And now that you have this opened as a layer, your goal is to, well, firstly, scale it down. Scale layer. And we're going to scale it down to the picture size. And this picture size is 640. And now we have it the same size as the text. Now what you want to do next is you want to select your text layer again. Once again, click alpha to selection, and you'll see that your text is once again has a little selection around it. Next, what you want to do is click the texture layer, and then you want to go to select and click invert. and then go to select again, and now select edit, and then cut. And as you can see, here you now have your texture. Very easy. And now you can go to select again and click none, and you can right click this top layer and click merge down. And now as you can see, we have this cool textured text. If you want, you can even add a nice drop shadow to make it look a little nicer. Now, why did it do that? Oh, I see why it did that. I see why it did that. Okay, so if you're scaling your picture down, and you have these borders on top here that are not included in the picture, you want to right click and click layer to image size. This will take any of that useless crap out. Another thing you want to do is go up to where is it? Filters? I think it's, yeah, colors. No, where is it? Layer, transparency, and add alpha channel. What this will do, it'll basically take, if you cut out your texture, it won't leave white space behind. That's why we had that problem earlier. So make sure you click layer to image size by right clicking, layer to image size, and make sure that you also go to layers, transparency, add alpha channel. Alright, so good that these errors happen in the video before some of you get the errors when you're doing it and then it doesn't work for you. But anyway, after that, we're going to click alpha to selection on the text again, then click our check texture layer, then go to select, invert, edit, cut, and there we go, select none. And now we have it working properly. And now if you wanted to, you could add a drop shadow if you wanted to do that, or any other effects that you may have. And there we go. Now it looks good. That's basically how to do it. You can do this with any texture. It doesn't even need to be a texture. You could have any picture. You can have a picture of a sky, and you can make that sky basically the color of your text. It's a really cool and neat little trick. And it's something very simple that can make your designs look a lot better. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you learned something. I have other tutorials on my channel on Gimp and other softwares. I also have other gaming tutorials as well, so if you want to check out my channel, do so. If you guys subscribe, please do subscribe. I'm going to be making more Gimp tutorials in the future. And if this video helped you and you like this video and you learned something, please give it a like. It really helps me. Any questions or feedback is always welcome in the comments. I read all my comments and I usually reply to all of them. So once again, thank you for watching, and this is GS Man Smart. I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.